Let me show you how to build this Christmas budget tracker in Excel. It automatically tracks spending by category with visual status bars to show you when you're approaching your limits, plus an overall budget view.
First thing I want to do is format my data as a table. So I'm going to select this whole range and then just come up to Insert and click Table. And my table does have headers, click OK. I don't like that style for now. I just want it to be empty. So I'm going to use this one right here. There we go. The next thing I want to do is give this table a name so that when I reference it in formulas, it's not called table 1. So I'm clicked in my table. I'm going to come up to table design. And then in this name box on the left, I'm just going to call it summary table. Type that out, click enter. There you go. The next thing I want to do is add a drop-down list in this column. So I'm going to come up to data and then data validation, and I want to add a list. And since our source is a column in a table, we have to wrap it in the indirect function. So we're going to type equals indirect, and then parenthesis, and in quotes, summary table, because that's our table name, and then a bracket because we're referencing the column. It's called category, and then a bracket on the end, another quote, close parenthesis, and click OK. And there you go. And now, since we're referencing the table, if you add things here, this list will automatically expand. So I just added a few items over here. The next thing I want to do is apply some formatting. So I'm going to select this whole column, right click and format cells. For this one, I want this date format. And then over here, I want a currency format. So again, select the whole column, right click and format cells. I want this currency format. I don't really need decimal places, so I'm going to remove those, but I do want the $sign, so I'll leave that. There we go. And now I want to format this as a table. So I'm going to select my whole range, come up to insert at the top and click table. My table does have headers, click OK. I don't like that style. I just want it empty for now. So now that it's formatted as a table, when we add new lines, it will automatically expand this data validation list. So for example, I'm going to add a new line, and there you go. It automatically gives me that drop-down list. So I'll just fill these in really quick. There we go. The next thing I want to do is give this table a name so I can easily reference it in formulas. So I'm clicked in my table. I'm going to come to table design, and then over here on the left, we're going to call it tracking table. There we go. The next thing I want to do is add some formulas to our summary table. So for our actual, we're going to use SUMIFs, and our sum range is the amount from our tracking table. So I'm going to start typing that table name, and then I can double click it and add a bracket, and it will give us all the columns in that table. So I'm going to double click amount and then add a bracket on the end. Our criteria range is also in the tracking table, but the category column. So we can start typing that table name again, double click it, add a bracket, and this time we want to reference the category column, add a bracket on the end, and our criteria is the category from our summary table, which is right here. So now I'm going to do a close parenthesis and click enter, and it automatically fills in all these rows since it's formatted as an Excel table. Our variance is just going to be actual minus estimated, and our percent of budget is just going to be actual divided by estimated. So it gives it to us as a percentage. So now we're just going to apply some formatting. I want these to be currency. So I'm going to select that range, right click and format cells, use our currency format. I don't need decimal places. I'm going to remove those, but keep the $sign. There we go. And then I just want this to be a percentage with no decimals. So I'm going to select it and then just click this percent style up here. The next thing I want to do is add a progress bar in this status column. This is basically just going to be a visual representation of how much room I have left in my budget. So we're going to do this with the REPT function, which just repeats text a given number of times. So for example, if I wanted it to give me 10 of the letter A, I'll do A in quotes, and then I want it to repeat it 10 times. It literally gives you 10 A's. So to turn this into a progress bar, we're going to use special characters. So we're going to say REPT, and then in quotes, on your keyboard, you're going to hold the Alt key and type 219. It gives us that special character. And then a quote on the end. Again, we wrap it in text, so in quotes, so it recognizes it as text. And for the number of times we want it to repeat it, we're going to use a formula. So we're going to say 1 minus percent of budget, and then multiply that by 7 is what works on my screen. I'll show you what that looks like. You might need to just tweak that number if it doesn't fit within your column. It literally just makes it bigger or smaller. For example, if I were to change this to a 1, it just changes the size of that visual. But 7 is what works for me, so that's what I'm going to do. And now we just need to add some if statements, because if we're at 0% of budget, it gives us a whole bar. We don't want that. We want it to be empty. And if we're over budget, it's giving us a value error. So we'll fix that as well. The first thing we'll do is check for zeros. So I'm going to come to the very beginning of my formula and say if percent of budget equals 0, then I want it to be empty. And the way you write that is just 2 quotes side by side like that. And now we need to check if we're over budget. So personal preference, I like to do each of these on a separate line. I think it makes your formulas more readable. So I'm just going to click Alt Enter on my keyboard, and it moves to a new line. And now we need to say if percent of budget is greater than 100%, then we're going to do another REPT function. And again, to do that special character, you do in quotes, hold Alt on your keyboard and type 219. There you go. And then a quote on the outside. And we want it to repeat that 7 times. It'll give us that full bar. Now we just need to close that rept function with a parenthesis, and then we can use our regular rept formula as our false value. So basically that's our catch-all for everything else. If it's not one of these criteria, then you can use this formula. So I'm just going to do that on another line. Again, you do that with Alt-Enter, and then come to the end and add a close parenthesis, and then another one, and click Enter, and there you go. Next, I just want to add a little bit of formatting. I want these bars to be green by default, but if I go over budget, I want them to turn red. So I'm just going to change the font color. I'm going to use this green right here, and then to turn it red, if I go over budget, we're going to use conditional formatting. So I'm going to select this whole range, come up to conditional formatting, and click New Rule. And I want to use a formula to determine which cells to format. So my formula is going to be equals and then a $ and the letter E, because our percent of budget calculation is in column E, and we're starting on row 2. So I'm going to say if that cell is greater than 100%, then I want to use custom formatting. I want red font. So in the font tab, I'm just going to click this red color, click OK here, and there you go. The next thing I want to do is add an overall row so I can see my budget as a whole. So I'm going to insert 3 lines. I'm going to right click and then just insert 3 rows. I'm just going to type overall right here. And then I want to copy these column headers. I'm just going to copy those, paste them up here. And then for my formulas, I just want to sum the estimated column from my table down here. So I'm going to start typing that table name, double click, and then a bracket to my column names, double click estimated, add a bracket on the end, and a close parenthesis to close off my sum function. There we go. And now we can just drag that over because we're just summing the next column. For variance, we just have to type out that formula again. It's just actual minus estimated. And then our percent of budget is actual divided by estimated. There we go. Just change the format on that one. And then for our status bar, I am going to copy this and paste it up here, but it's giving us a value error because it doesn't know where percent of budget is, because this cell right here isn't called percent of budget. So everywhere where it says that, we're just going to replace it with that cell reference. So we're going to erase that whole thing and replace it with E2, because that's where our percent of budget is. So we need to do that on this line as well. And then also down here, click E2. There we go. And last thing I'm going to do is apply a bunch of formatting to make it look nice. So the first thing I want to do is change the font. I like this Montserrat one. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and then I want to auto fit my columns. Like these are, not big enough. So I'm just going to double click. There we go. And then I'm going to insert a few rows because I have some images that I want to insert. So I'm just going to insert like that. And then I'm going to insert a column, here. And then I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller. There we go. The next thing I want to do is add some background colors. So I want the main background color to be this light red. And then I like to create kind of a panel. So I'm going to select this whole section and go all the way down to row 100 so that if I add rows to my table where I'm tracking everything, there'll still be a background. And I want this to be a light green like that. Next, I want to apply some table formatting. I'm going to keep it very basic. So I'm going to come up to table design and then expand this and just do a new table style. The only thing I want to add is a background color and some borders. So on the whole table, I'm going to click format and say I want a white fill and I want borders all around. So I'm going to click both the outline and the inside, click OK again. And now I just need to apply that style to this table and this one. You can see it didn't add that white background, and that's because we have a fill here. So we just need to remove that fill. So I'm going to select this and just come up to my fill bucket and say no fill, there's the white. And then same thing on this table. And then up here, this isn't an official table, so I just need to apply the formatting manually. So pretty similar. I just want a white background and borders around everything. And the last thing I want to do is add a header and some graphics. So I'm going to type out my header. And then for the font, I pretty much just clicked around until I found one that I like, and I found out that I like this one. And then I'm going to merge and center it and make it bigger since it's our header. 36 looks good. I just need to make that a little bit wider. There we go. And then I also want budget in the header, but the spacing is kind of weird, so I'm going to use a text box to insert that. So I'm going to go insert text box and just drag and drop one in there. And then I also want to use a different font for that. So I'm going to select that, and then I want this Rochester font, and then I want that to be a little bit bigger. And I don't want a background or anything. So I'm going to go to shape format and turn off the shape fill. And then just in case there's an outline, I don't know if there is, I'm going to turn that off as well. And now I just want that right under here. And apparently that outline didn't work. So no outline. There we go. And then, I just need to center that a little bit more and put it closer. There we go. And now I have these images that I just got from ChatGPT. I'm just going to insert them and resize them and make them look how I want.
Here is the finished product. If you want a free copy, the download link is in the description, and make sure you subscribe because I do Excel builds like this every Tuesday.